What is today? May the 8th? Okay.
No, May
May
10th.
May 10th. Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Good.
All right. It's May 10th, 2024, and I'm here with Kumiko Iwasa, and we are doing our first semi-professional podcast.
And you're Lucio Vazquez.
Yes, I am. It's good to see you, Kumiko.
It's good to see you too.
How are you doing today?
Good. I fought traffic.
Yes, it was a little bit of a way to get here, wasn't it?
It's okay.
It was. Well, I really appreciate you being here. We were planning on doing something a little bit more informal and a little bit more, um, just like kind of like checking it out. But then I thought, well, let me actually see if where a good place to do a podcast is at. And then I looked on Google and there's actually a podcast studio.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. So
Yep.
we're going to be trying it out, our first semi-professional podcast,
Yep.
because words are gold.
Yep.
And maybe sometimes we can.
Let's go for it.
Let's go for it. So what did you want to talk about?
We could talk about what we opened last week, which was the
Right.
Magic the Gathering mystery box.
Yes, we're on a little bit of a kick here where we're actually examining the phenomenon of Magic the Gathering and exactly what is going on here because it's become a little bit of an obsession and I've kind of roped Kamiko into it. And there's many angles to look at it. But as you can see, we have some of the product here and we're going to be talking about that a little bit. And Kamiko did a really awesome job picking up a lot of this product here. And we're going to be showcasing it because I know a lot of people are interested.
I think my favorite was the mystery box.
The mystery box was absolutely amazing. Yes.
It was fun.
Yeah. I mean, and you had talked about that. Now last week we did talk about the mystery box and why the mystery box exists
Uh,
and try to take the
my
mystery out.
theory
The theory.
of the mystery.
And that basically the theory was that you felt like they had a lot of unsold products sitting around and the product was really, it was just sitting stagnating on the shelf. So they came up with this idea of like doing a lottery where they take the product, they basically de-logo the, take the logo off of it. So you don't even know what the make or model is.
Right.
And then they stuff it into a box.
So apparently, like Magic the Gathering, there's different, I don't know what you call it, different sets, different themes.
Right.
To what they produce.
Mm-hmm.
And my theory was that this mystery box came about because there was an overabundance of inventory of the different theme box sets or packs.
Right.
So in order to relieve that inventory, the former CEO decided she was going to create this mystery box that combined just random card packs and game sets. And what is the other one? The play card or
Yeah,
promo?
the cards. They put two random cards in there also, not
Yeah.
part of the packs or anything.
Right. And I think that was supposed to kind of excite consumers because there's some themed sets where it's not sold anymore. It's too expensive.
Right.
So this creates this excitement of buying however many boxes you can and then hoping that you get some different theme sets to be able to say, oh, well, I didn't have this. I really wanted it. I couldn't buy it.
Right.
And for me, I'm not a Magic the Gathering
Right.
person.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But that's okay.
But it was exciting because I like two different theme cards, which is the Kamigawa
Right.
and then the Capenna.
The Capenna, right. Yeah. Those are your two favorite sets.
Those were my two favorite. And then you, on the other hand,
Yeah.
got some of the sets that you never bought. So it was all
the
new to you.
The Dungeons and Dragons, actually.
Yeah.
Because when that set had come out, the Battle for Baldur's Gate, that was actually in 2023, I believe. Right when, no, 2022 actually. Right when everything, the overprinting really started to take place, and it had to get a lot of negative press on that particular set, and I was pretty susceptible to it. Everybody's susceptible to negative press, so I never bought into the Battles for Baldur's Gate. But now it turns out that's actually one of the most sought after sets because after the fact, they realize that some of the more expensive cards and some of the more valuable cards, format shifting, especially when Commander, the most popular set, they were actually in the Battle for Baldur's. So, and we actually pulled one. We pulled a $40 card. Yeah.
And I got 2 of the Brothers Wars,
Yes. You got 2 of the Brother War, set boosters.
and then that was another theme that you didn't buy into either.
The Brothers War was amazing. The problem was that we just didn't have a time to enjoy it because, like I said before, when these sets came out, you had 90 days to really experience the lore, experience the characters, really understand like what you were getting into because each card that is printed and manufactured, it represents a scene in the storyline or represents a character. They're not random. But for people to be able to enjoy that, you have to have time to process. And I think Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast just didn't give the community time to actually enjoy it. I would say it's almost like the equivalent of like you go to a movie theater, with 2 movies, with 2 screens, and the second movie starts halfway in the middle of the first, and you're supposed to somehow watch both at the same time. And but I thought Brothers War was really good. Everybody looked forward to it. There was a lot of really valuable cards in it, but nobody had time to really process it because it just Phyrexia came right after that, and Phyrexia was one of the big ones that everybody anticipated.
It'll be interesting to see if we can find more of the mystery boxes and open them up to see if the theme ones that we actually pulled are the common ones that we're gonna see in the mystery box.
Oh, I see. So see if there's any consistency,
Yeah. So
Okay,
are there gonna be an overabundance of the Dungeons and Dragons and Brothers War?
there might be. Yeah, there might be. Yeah. And the mystery box is also interesting because it talks about like the psychology also, like what makes people want to buy things. And I talked about that previously with the pulling mechanic, right? In Japan, there's apparently some of the gamings are like that now, where you can't go and you can't spend money specifically for that one piece that you want. What you do is you spend money for that token that you then put into the machine that may potentially give you the piece that you want, but you'll get this other one too, right? So it's almost like embolizing the journey
Yeah.
instead of really the destination.
Well, it definitely makes people want to spend money to get that one little thing that they don't have.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so and actually this one box of the mystery box is going towards somebody else, a lucky person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we did pick up a few and we did open one, but then some of my friends expressed interest in it. So we went ahead and picked up a few more and we'll give it to them. I think a lot of these we'll go ahead and maybe keep them sealed, give them away to people who want it. But that does it. We might open one. So we'll see which one we actually open
Of this?
of this. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we got to open one, of course. We got to see what we're getting for our money, right?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. Okay, so I got to thank you, Kamiko, for actually pulling all this product. So we have a bunch of different product here, right? So we'll just kind of go into it a little bit and see what we have. So the most current set we have is Outlaws of Thunder Junction, which Wizards of the Coast had just come out with that. Again, it's a new theme, a new set, characters within the Magic the Gathering realm, but it's a lot of time and effort goes into the storyline, creating the characters, and a lot of love and art goes into this. But people do get confused why there's so much product, right? Because you think a trading card game, right? You just get one,
Yes.
yeah,
I was definitely confused.
and it's a very confusing. So maybe we'll try to demystify that, right? So, well, first of all, so what we have here is we have the bundle, right? So you'll look at right here, and then so we have a bundle, and basically what the bundle is when you buy it, you're going to have 9 booster packs in. Okay. I personally think that the bundle is actually one of your best bargains that you can get because you essentially, the math works out to where you get a play booster for free, but then you also get some lands, and then you also get the box itself, and you'll get the die, which is people collect the die and they love it. So you get a lot of product. This was about $45, I think you said.
Oh, I don't remember because they vary
They
in
vary,
prices
yes. And
depending on the theme.
so apparently, and I've heard this, Magic actually doesn't have an MSRP. Yeah, there's no MSRP. So the stores can actually set the price. Now, the pricing of the product is actually so there's an online marketplace called TCG Player, and what they do is they'll actually it's like the stock market for playing cards, and the price is actually normalized by the median that everybody is paying the card stores for this product. So that will be the basically like the baseline, and then it can go up and go down from there depending on what the variance. So the prices on these will actually move up and down like the stock market. So you could actually get them cheaper or you could get them more expensive. But the idea is that they'll normalize, and so maybe you can keep them sealed, or maybe you can open them and enjoy them for what they are. But yeah, the prices do vary. Yeah.
So what I've noticed at some stores, I don't know if you want to name the store where I find these cards,
Uh huh.
but there's some things where there's an overabundance that I would look at that section, and there's two sets that I've noticed it doesn't move. It's
Mm-hmm.
there.
Yeah.
So, and then lately, this has been on the shelves a
Kind
lot
of
more.
stagnating.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with this is that the sets are awesome. There's an overprinting issue. And I think we've talked about that in the last podcast, or they just simply made too many. It's too many sets. It's too many variations. It's just too much product. People can't absorb. So what happens is that Wizards of the Coast is actually competing with itself to for the departments are actually competing. So we have Modern Horizons 3 coming in right after this. And they've also already done the spoilers for it. So there's some really good cards coming in. People are trying to decide, do they want to spend their money on this, or do they want to wait till Modern Horizons 3 comes and spend their money there, which may be the reason why this product is languishing. Because when this comes out, there's only like maybe about a good month where people will actually spend money on this. And then the spoilers come out for the next set that's going to release like next month. And then people see it and then they start holding back their spending. Right. And then what happens to the product after this when it sits? Like, we actually have no idea. And that's one of the most fascinating things.
I've never seen it marked down.
You never seen it marked down. Yeah. And that's one of the anomalies, because I've never seen a product that, we all learn in economics that it's supply and demand, right? If you have more supply and demand is down, you're going to lower the prices to sink the demand, right?
Right.
And try to get it out the door. But I've never seen it to where you'll have such an abundance of product and the prices still stay high.
Yeah.
It breaks the fundamentals.
So what happens? I'm trying to think of what happens when it sits there too long on the shelf. Does it
But
go back to
see, we don't know.
distributor?
I don't know, and I think that's one of the big mysteries. Like, because Cynthia, the former CEO of Wizards of the Coast, she was former Amazon, at least from what I understand. So she used her Amazon connections to essentially warehouse these and act as a distributor. We'll never really know how much of this takes. So we just don't know.
I mean, so if Hasbro or Wizards of
Wizards of the Coast, right? Well, Hasbro owns Wizards of the Coast.
if they buy it back from the locations that it got distributed to, then I think these mystery boxes come into play because they're buying it all back.
Mhm.
They're gonna resell it as a brand new product,
Right.
and they have abundance of either that one or I think the other one was the Rav.
Right, the Ravnica. Well, specifically the Clue edition of
Yeah,
Ravnica, right? So that was just dead on arrival. Now, Ravnica Remastered was a good set. Now, Ravnica Remastered came out prior to Thunder Junction. And, no, I'm sorry. Wow. It actually didn't. It was Murders of Karlov Manor.
I see that. Okay.
I just had a brain fart. It actually wasn't Ravnica Remastered. Ravnica Remastered came out during the holidays, and that was a good set. That was a remastered set. Um, Murders of Karlov Manor came out in January, and it was a theme set like this. It was a little goofy. It wasn't too well received because has I think Wizard of the Coast was trying to like tone it down a little bit, so they made it like a murder mystery. So all the characters are running around in detective coats and fedoras, and apparently one of the longtime characters in the series got killed off, Taysa Karlov. And the whole theme when you're playing a game is you're trying to figure out, solve clues, solve the murder mystery, and you have clues, right? And they try to incorporate that gameplay into Magic the Gathering. I think the gameplay was good. I think that people just didn't go for the whole idea of like the characters that we all come to know and love running around in fedoras trying to solve a murder mystery, right? You know? Uh, like, I think it was just a little goofy. And then, of course, Hasbro tries to tie it in with their Clue, with their IP.
Right.
So they have Clue. So then they're trying to make like Wizard of the Coast, Magic the Gathering, Clue, and tie it, make the Clue
Right.
edition and price it for about $59.
And it's
And
still sitting on the shelf.
and it's still sitting on shelves. Still sitting
So
on shelves. People did not go for it one bit.
towards the end of the year, if they make another mystery box, they don't even have to change the logo or anything.
Yeah.
They could just keep the same design
Mhm.
and buy back all the overabundance that
Mhm.
retailers have,
Yeah.
break them apart, stick them in the box, and then resell them. I think this probably makes more money
Mhm.
than
Right.
on its own.
So instead of like one product for $45, they're gonna take this, they're gonna open it up, and then they're going to
Re
repackage it and
repackage
then
it.
sell it smaller. Well, I mean, okay, because in this one, we opened it up, it was 5 boosters, right?
Yes.
Okay. This
Was
comes
it
with
all
9.
boosters? I think you had boosters.
Um, no, well, it says right here, it says 5 random there can be okay, and that's where it gets complicated, right? Because you can have a collector's booster, you can have a set booster, and then you can have a draft booster,
Okay.
right? So on the box, it says 5 random boosters. It just so happened that the box I opened had 2 collector boosters.
Yeah, those are the nice
Those are the nice ones and the expensive ones. And then the one that you opened had draft boosters
draft set boosters, I
and
think.
set boosters,
Yeah.
right? And then people are just like really confused. Especially I could just imagine like being a mom and like our dad and then like my little 14-year-old kids like trying to tell me like the difference. It's like, no, you need this one. It's like the Xbox X
It's not the same.
versus the Xbox. Yeah, isn't it the same? Like no, actually it's not the same. And you need to understand why it's not the same or else the kids are not going to be happy.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
as a non Magic the Gathering player or a fan,
uh
I think I'm leaning more towards the collector's boosters just because the card's pretty.
the cards are pretty.
It's got a sheen to it. They're
Mhm.
foils, I guess that's what you call it. They're
Yeah, the
foils.
foils. Yeah, right.
So I think I lean more towards the collector's booster than the other set.
Right, because the money pools, right? Because that's what we call it. Because there's different types of people that go for this. So you're gonna have people that get it because they like the cars, they could collect them, trade them. Then you got people that are going for what's called money, right? And we had talked about that where I personally think Wizards of the Coast is printing money with this. I think they're, um, I think they're basically printing like an alternate currency in my
It's kind
opinion.
of like money laundering
It is a little bit like
because
money
people pay
laundering.
cash.
Uh-huh.
They get cars that are worth cash, worth more than what you paid for the box.
Well, there was an article a few months ago where a prison had the prisoners were actually playing Magic the Gathering. The prisoners were doing, and they had to ban it because the prisoners were actually using the cards as currency in the jail. So, they were doing as a card game, but then of course, as we know, some of the cards are more valuable than others because they play better and it can give you because eventually when you play, you want to win, right? So if you have a
Right.
card that helps you win, gives you that advantage in winning, uh that's going to become money. And apparently in the prison system, uh, you know, they
Anything is
they
worth.
had to confiscate it because
Yeah.
they were using it as currency. So, we had talked about that where so the collector booster, right? So we didn't talk about this last time, but the collector booster also has what we call, serialized cards, and that's something that Magic had just recently started doing. They do serialized, right? So you get the right, and you got this big pretty box
Yeah.
for essentially 1 pack, right? So you got this for 9 packs,
Uh-huh.
and then you get this box for essentially 1 pack, right? 15 cards per pack. So what's the difference? And the difference is that, you could get the money pool in this one. And what I mean by the money pool is that, they're making serialized cards. And what serialized cards are, they actually have a serial number on it. It's like limited edition. They're gold stamped. It could be one of like 200 or one of 250. And you know that when you pull it, you have that one copy. And I think Wizard of the Coast also has like this blockchain identification system to where it makes it very hard to replicate that card or counterfeit it, right? Because they're dealing with counterfeiting issues. But so if you have a serialized card that can tie back to the mothership with a unique identifier, then how's that any different than money?
It's true.
Yeah. And I really think they were starting to go that way. And they might still be going that way. So you could potentially, you know, you could potentially double, triple, quadruple your money if you get the money pool on
And
this one.
people are making the effort to duplicate it.
Yes. Well, I told you, like, there's a shop that I go to where they have the bulk. So people will buy the boxes, right? And this one box has just like 1 pack,
Right.
but they'll buy the collector's box that has the 12 packs in it, and then they'll rip them all open, and they'll take like 1 or 2 or 3 cards out that are worth the money, and then they'll just dump the rest into the bulk pile, and then they don't
So,
even wanna look at them.
so if it's a new set, how do people know what's valuable with
So, the new set is when the set just comes out, that's your best time to make money on it because people are still trying to figure out where these cards are gonna it's like you throw them up into the air figuratively, right? Because you don't know the power levels, you don't know how they're gonna play, how they're gonna interact in the grand world of Magic, with 3 or 4 decades worth of cards out there. You just don't know the respective power levels. So while that's all sorting out, that's when you can go in and you can scoop up the cards that you want. And then it takes about a couple of weeks for the price to normalize. But before that, you can just go on speculation. So they do what's called spoilers, where they'll actually publish some of the cards that are going to be coming out, and they're called spoilers. So it's not like the entire set, but it's just some of the leaks. And then when they know that these cards are coming out, um, they're looking for specific ones, and all the sets will have what we call money reprints, right? So, for example, Ixalan, they that came out before Ravnica Remastered had Mana Crypt in it, and Mana Crypt right now is like a $170 card, almost 200, right? Yeah, exactly. And well, I showed you, right? And then they had a land. Ixalan had Cavern of Souls, which is running for 1,000 right now value. Like, so people chase after that. The value chases after itself almost.
So I remember you telling me that some people try to open the boxes, open the pack, and then reseal it all and sell it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the resale
And that's like a
market.
big problem for retailers right now
Yeah,
is
the resale market, yeah. Well, that's one of I think that's one of the biggest arguments against, like, when you buy from a reputable card shop or you buy from, like, let's say, the store you got these from where the seal is intact, the foil is still intact,
yeah.
'cause the product still has integrity.
I remember I bought a Kamigawa set
Mhm.
at Target,
Yeah.
and there was only a limited amount, and I snagged it because I like it was a
Yeah.
Japanese set of cards, and then I remember you telling me that it's rare to find those at retail stores now.
Right.
So I snagged it, but then you wanted to know how the box was, what the condition of the box was.
Yeah.
And you asked, "Does it look like it's been tampered with and resealed?" I was like, "I don't know. It's closed."
I remember that. No, it was it Kamigawa? You had bought Kamigawa, but you
Yes.
had also bought the Necron deck.
Oh, that's
It was a
right.
Warhammer deck.
Yes.
Yeah, because you were looking for those Necrons,
Yes.
and then you found
I
one.
found it.
You found one because 'cause you're good at doing that. You're good at finding things that are lost.
Yes.
So you found his Necron deck, and I'm all, like, checking it, like,
It's like,
it's
is
a s
this
it's
real?
suspicious. Well, it was hidden, right? Somebody, like, hid it,
Yeah.
in
The back.
the
It was
back.
mixed in
Yeah.
with not even the Magic Gathering
Mhm.
cards. It was
Like, "My paycheck hasn't hit yet, so let me
yes.
just hide it, and then I'll come back for it
Yeah.
in 2 days," you know?
Surprise, I
And then
got
you
it.
found it. You ruined somebody's day. You ruined some kid's
Was it
day,
you?
but yeah, Oh my god,
Surprise.
yeah. Well, they do things to protect the, kids from the adults, but they don't do
Yeah.
much to protect the adults from the kids. You know?
But you know what also noticed this year
Uh-huh.
is on the receipts of whenever I buy the Magic the Cards bundle, whatever it is that's
Yeah.
dealing with Magic the Card, it says no refunds or
No
no
refunds.
returns, no
No
returns.
returns. No returns. They don't all sales final.
Yeah.
They don't even wanna deal with that drama anymore.
2 years ago, I remember ordering it online
Mhm.
through Target,
Mhm.
and I selected a particular type.
Right.
When I got it through the mail, it was a different,
It was a different one.
so I returned it.
That was, I think that was a Warhammer one.
Yes.
Yeah, because you had ordered the Necrons
Yeah.
because I was all about getting that Necron deck
Mhm.
because it was going for $100 at the time, and actually, if you still find it, it's still going for, like, 90, 100,
Oh, wow.
the Necron deck. Um, and you had ordered it, and then you got, like, I think the Humans deck instead
Yeah,
or
I was
something,
so
yeah,
upset.
and I was like, "No." See, so that's another reason, like, nothing's really guaranteed, like, you can order it, but you're dealing with, like, staff that doesn't really know what they're dealing with, right? And it can be the same thing here, right? Like, so you're holding the commander deck.
Yes. Here you go.
The commander deck, you got 4 different versions of this. You see it all the time on Amazon. Buy all 4 for $100,
Yeah.
you get 4 of the same one. There's no because they don't know, they just grab 4 of them and they put it in there, but they don't know there's, like, 4 different versions of the commander, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so
Even though they display it as 4 different.
yeah. Yeah, your average Amazon worker isn't going to know. I think they need to have, like, a specialized person that specifically knows cards to know what the customer wants, right? And that's all I'll say with that. I don't really wanna talk about the, packaging integrity or anything like that, but I'm just saying that that has been known to happen, buyer beware. But I think it's always good to actually have the product in your hand, to examine the seal, and make sure everything's good before money exchanges hands. And that's all
Got
I'm
it.
gonna say, especially if no all sales are final, there's no returns, right? So, yeah, commander deck. Uh, oh, did you wanna talk about the bundle
I just
or
wanna open
you
it.
wanna open it? You wanna open it?
Go ahead.
We can open it actually if you want to. This is actually a really nice one, but I think we're gonna sealed, right? So,
Are we?
are we? Yes, I think so, but we can still talk,
Okay.
right? Are you disappointed? You almost wanna open it, huh?
That's fine.
Okay. Uh, I kinda wanna open it too.
You have a set.
I actually don't have the commander decks for Thunder Junction
Oh.
because I bought all
So
the Fallout ones. Well, you see, that's another thing.
that's why I got confused because I think they're the same thing.
They're the same thing. Well, you see, and that's just more of the product confusion, right? It's just product on top of product, money competing against itself, right? Because we had 4 commander decks come out, and then on top of that, we had the Fallout decks come, the commander decks. So in 1 month, there's like 8 decks that you can buy, and it's like, "Choose, citizen. Which one do you want?" Like, you can't have all 8, you
Yeah,
know? You can only have 1, like, which one do you want?
hard to keep track of.
Yeah, the commander is actually the biggest lifeblood, I think, of Magic the Gathering right now, right?
If you're gonna play, that's what you should
It
want.
is actually one of the most complicated, but it's also, I think, the reason why the game's still going, because I don't think there's anything similar to this in any of the other CCG. When I say CCG, collectible card games, right? Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon. But, so Commander is, it's they call it EDH. It used to be called Elder Dragon Highlander, right? But now they call it Commander. And essentially it was created to give people a chance to play their cards, right? Because Magic's been around since the 90s, right? 92, 93,
Uh-huh.
right? It's almost like 40 years now.
Yeah.
And people have boxes full of cards and they want to play them. So Commander is 100 cards. It's 100 cards. And the idea is that you build a deck of 100 cards and each card is unique, right? You can't have the same card. So it's called a singleton,
Okay.
right? So you only have one copy of each card and then you have to pick your commander. So you have your one card that you put off into the side zone, that's your commander. And then as you play it, so as you play the game, you summon your commander, and then you try to, and then the game is designed to have 3 other people with it. So it's called a 4-puck. So we had like a commander game here. There would be 2 other people sitting across it.
Okay.
We would be fighting each other, right? And the format has gotten very popular, so now Wizards of the Coast prints their commander decks with it. And now it's gotten really out of control because, um, there's different archetypes and there just doesn't seem to be any slowdown in the demand for the commander. So they build every single one that they can get a hand on.
So in the bundle, would I find any of those cards in the bundle?
Yes, so you will probably. Um, Now you'll find the when you get the commander deck, you know what cards you're gonna, and you're gonna get some really good cards in. So the idea is that you can take the commander deck, you can take the cards in it, and then you can substitute cards from here using cards from the bundle, or you can use cards from any set.
It doesn't have to be Outlaws.
It doesn't have to be Outlaws of Thunder Junction. So you can put cards from Ravnica Remastered in here. You can put cards from Karlov Manor in here. You can even go back to Kamigawa and put some cards in here, right? Because there's no limit to the cards that you can put and make this work. Now, that being said, there's people out there that care about keeping the theme, like thematic, right? It's like a Western theme. So people want to keep the theme the same, right? So they may look for Western inspired cards or maybe some people don't even care about that, and then they'll just start cramming it full of, like, futuristic Neon Dynasty Kamigawa ninjas, right? So,
As
and
long as it's 100 cards
as long as it's 100 cards,
and there's no duplicate.
there's no dupe.
Okay. Hard to manage.
It can get a little creative. Well, what happens is you wanna run all these cards and you can't, because you worry about what's called synergy, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's eventually what drives the power levels, because it's like you have 100 cards in here, you shuffle, you draw 7, and then you draw 1 each of your turns. How well are those cards gonna work together? And that's where, and it's a lot of math, it's a lot of probability, it's a lot of statistics. I mean, you can get a little out of control with managing the whole thing. So Wizard of the Coast makes the commander deck, and then you can just open it and play it, and you can have a lot of fun.
Whoever invented it is smart.
Yeah. Well, there's actually a gentleman who's actually responsible. He's the, like, the, I don't wanna say the chief rule maker, but he's like the head authority on the rulemaking for
Is he
uh
still alive?
You know what? I actually don't know, you know? And we keep, like, flipping reality, so you never really know who's alive and who's
People
not
really
alive
think they're
anymore.
alive, they're not
Yeah,
alive
yeah,
anymore.
exactly, yeah. Nelson Mandela and all that good stuff, so, alright, so, yeah, let's go ahead, we're 34 minutes into it, so let's go ahead and open it up.
After you.
Thank you, appreciate you. So, we'll go ahead and do a box opening here on the Thunder Junction, and we'll go with it, so
You've already opened one, right?
Huh?
You've already opened.
I did open one. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, of course I opened one. I'm always gonna buy one the first. So, I
You
mean,
open one, keep one sealed.
I open one, I keep one.
Yes.
So we're opening this one
Okay.
and then we might actually go ahead and open it yeah, so we're gonna open it for the camera and then we'll like hand it off. Now there is one card I am looking for, right?
Sword.
Sword, right? So we're always looking for the sword.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we'll go and try.
Eddie, meeny, miny, mo.
You might oh, yeah, it could be in any of them. Okay, so here we go. I'll get the sound of the open. There you go. Do it again. All right.
But you've opened it on both sides?
Yeah, well, it was a good sound. I had to capture it on both ends.
Oh, that's pretty.
I love it. Isn't it amazing? Look at the artwork. Isn't it so beautiful?
Uh-huh.
Outlaws of Thunder Junction. I mean, you what?
No. No.
Oh my god, you like
My favorite is Kamigawa and Capetta.
you do
haven't-
love I love
haven't-
Kamigawa too. Kamigawa was really good and
Just for
Capenna
the
was
art.
really good. Yeah. Okay, so this is the bundle right here, and I love the little train set that they have going on here. And it looks like what is it? So they have a train. It looks like it has like a little bit of a steampunk aesthetic to it.
Yeah.
But look, so instead of like a bunch of little wheels, it's got one big wheel. Like a gigantic saw blade.
And like how clever they did the cactus.
Oh yeah, look at the cactus. The cactus is
So-
actually the Magic the Gathering logo. Like people are working hard on this. They're putting their heart and soul into this. I just like I said, I think the big thing is I just wish what
There's a
you hope that you
understand.
hope there was more.
there's a
There's a lot of empty spaces.
yeah, in a way.
It's not a waste. So the idea is that that's where you're gonna keep your cards that you open. Because because you're gonna trade for it and you're gonna build cards and you're gonna put them in there.
Okay.
And and then you may not necessarily hold like the Thunder Junction cards, but anyway, so you're gonna get the play packs, right? So you have 9 of them, play boosters.
Where's the gum?
Where's the gum?
Where's the
The
gum?
Bazooka Joe. And then you have your lands, right? The full art lands, which is something you'll get specifically with it.
Okay.
And then you'll get the dice. So
Is the dice specific to the theme of the
yes. So if you look, so this is actually called what's called a spin down. So it's a life tracker. And the way it works is that the top logo is a 20. So okay. So the way it works is that the life tracker is here. This is 20.
Uh-huh.
And then you start the game at like 40
40,
life,
yeah.
right? So you would have 2 of these. But in reality, everybody uses their phone to track their life
Okay.
nowadays. So the people will trade these. But as you take a hit, it goes down. So that's a spin down.
Okay.
So you'll sequentially spin down your life, 15, 14. So that's how you track it.
So there's 20 sides.
It's a 20-sided die, but it's not D20. A D20 would be randomized. This is but since it's sequential, it's called a spin down. Okay, so yeah. Look at the artwork. The artwork's amazing. All right, so you got the confetti. That's what they call confetti. So these are essentially like sometimes the cards will have modifiers to them. Lifelink, flying. I think that's Death Touch. And then I'm not sure what this is. These are generally used as like the goad symbols. Anyway, the idea is that you can pop them out and then you place them on the card as you're playing them. And then so if the card's modified for that one event, then you can put them on and take them off.
Okay.
Some people use them, a lot of people don't use them. You also have the character sheet here, so you got, again, real famous, MTG characters done up
Yeah.
in Western wear. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. A little skeleton. So, yeah. It's amazing. It's interesting. And then, of course, you got the +1/+1 counter. So, that's known as your confetti. So, you can keep these. Now, there's actually a market for the packaging. I told you about that,
Remember you
right?
telling me
Yeah,
about
which
that.
is weird. So, people are actually gonna, like, after they open it, they'll spend money on it. So,
Great.
yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and open them.
Okay.
And for the sake of time, I know last time we did it, we just lovingly looked at all the cards. So how about you open half and I'll open half and we'll just go through these together.
I think you have more than
There you go. All right. So what I think we should do is we should just like open them side by side, and then I won't really go into the mechanics of it. Let's just talk about like the artwork. And if I see something that really stands out, then
get
we'll
the
talk.
gloves.
You get the gloves? Yeah, get the gloves. you know.
Okay.
All right. So let's do this. All right.
How do you
So
open it?
how do you open it? Well, we can open it just by take it and then you just look, it's already perforated right there. So
Okay.
I think they make them really fragile to prevent resealing because yeah, and then impossible to reconstruct. All right. So we can go ahead and just take the wrappers and throw them throw them down. All right. So why don't you hold it like a little bit more? There you go. All right, so we'll just flip through them. So we just got like some Western themed cards here. Again, we don't really have the time in the day to really go over them, so we'll just kind of flip and see. I think people that are more familiar with the cards and the artwork would be able to explain it. But for right now, I think we're just gonna appreciate the artwork and what we have. So I always love how they have like the dragon artwork here.
You're looking for the sword.
We're looking for the sword, but also we're looking for anything that really like stands out, right? What? Okay,
Yes.
that's pretty cool. All right. So Deadeye Duelist, I like that run right there. So she's got like a little laser gun, but it's still or a ray gun. So yeah, so you can just see they're taking characters in from the MTG universe.
I used to think
What? What are you talking? The cards?
I thought they were
Well, they're bigger than the Japanese Pokemon cards for sure. These are 3.5 by 11.5. So if you go back to that one, so you see this little symbol right here. This is a rarity. So you can. This is a rare. Sometimes it can be a mythic rare, but this is when we start getting into like what you would consider to like the money, right? Like
and
uh, it goes in order, right? So there's a slot. So there's 15 cards in here, and there's one rare slot. But then that could be a mythic slot, right? So when you start going into it, then there can be depending on what the money pool is. And then if you go, then they have traditional reprints. Yeah, they have traditional reprints, but it's done it's done like in the Western thing, like the wanted poster.
Mine's throwing up.
Huh?
Mine's
It's terminal
throwing up.
agony, so it's destroy target creature. So yeah, he's being destroyed right now. So but this is a good one. Savage Smash, so it's kind of like target creature you control gets +2/+2 until end of turn. It fights target creature you don't control. So it just shows something to get enthroned. So
Interesting.
yeah. So
Oh,
this
a
is
foil.
cool. Yeah. Oh, look at that. You got a foil of the Heartless Pillage. Go ahead and show that off. Like turn it around a little bit so we can see
the shimmer.
see the shimmer. Yeah. And that could be worth something, It's like the idea is that what is it worth to somebody who really wants it?
Do I need to wear?
No, you don't need to wear gloves. No. You'll know when you need to wear gloves. These are not wear gloves. So you got the lands, and then you can either have, I guess, the token or the art card. I actually like the art cards. And one of the reasons I like the art cards is because you get the full landscape view versus the
Border.
the 1 inch or the 1x1 aspect ratio. Okay, let's go ahead and open some more.
Do we stack it?
Yeah, we can stack it. It's fun.
I don't know the etiquette.
There is no etiquette. You're dealing. It's not serious until it's serious, and it's serious until it's not serious. So
Can't wait to find a valuable one and you take it out of my hands.
yeah, it's like yoink it. So here we go. So what you'll notice also is the first couple of cards I have this black symbol here. you're gonna see a lot of the same ones,
It's not
right?
a rare?
It's not a rare, it is actually a common. When it's a black symbol right there, the color
Okay.
is going to indicate the rarity, but generally the rarity is, if it's a common, then it's, these cards are designed to play, and the way you play is that you have what's called, you play draft. So what happens is oh,
Same
look at
card
that.
again.
Whoa!
Jinx.
We're finding shenanigans here. Okay. So you see here, you get the silver here, and then you're gonna start getting into the, uncommons, right? So the idea is when you play draft with this, card is, you get into a pod with some people, everybody opens a pack, they pull a card, and then they move it, pass it to the person either to the right or to the left. I like this one. This town isn't big enough. This town ain't big enough. So, interesting. So, oh, look at you. All right. So
It's
you,
valuable.
well, it's a mythic.
Uh.
Look at like, oh, let me look. It's like, oh, I spilled my water on it. No, but that's cool because look, you, so these are some money pulls. So you got a mythic. Um, so it could be worth something. Like we'll have to check TCG player, but you see the bronze symbol means that it's a mythic, and you could get some type of there's like a rarity or percentage on
You
that on the
really want me
rarity.
to wear gloves, don't you?
No, 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 you don't have to wear gloves, but so as you can see, we got interrupter, decimate, and
Nice.
another round. So
Cool.
you got a mythic, and I got an art card. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's see what else we have. We'll check out those cards later.
Draw.
Okay, and then we got the
Oh,
Rattled Bighorn.
you already have that one.
Yeah, Mine Raider. Just keep taking a look. Consuming Ashes. Fake Your Own Death. Take the Fall. You got Dead Eye Duelist. It happened again. I'm starting to notice
Jinx.
something. I'm starting to notice a pattern here. I think we're starting to see a scheme
Yeah.
that they might be running here.
Have it on video.
Yeah. Well, I think what's going to happen is it's valuable to do this because now people can look and they can be like, oh, they're doing something.
Figuring it out.
Yep. Oh, look at that. Oh, we got 2 mythics. Oh, okay. So this might actually be something. Well, I mean, what I'm saying is that if you, see, if you look at the pack, it gives you the odds of you pulling the mythic.
This
And,
mythic is valuable.
well, the mythic is going to be the least pull. Let me see. I don't know. It has the odds here. Okay, so here it is. And you can't really see it. But it says here land cards of any rarity, traditional foil borderless, mythic planeswalker, traditional foil land. Anyway, it's just like the lottery. It gives you the odds. Um, okay. So it's saying here 1 to 5 cards of rarity, rare or higher. So you're gonna get so common, uncommon, mythic, or rare mythic. So it's saying here that the mythic is going to be in less than 1% of the packs. So if we just open 2 packs and we got 2 mythics in a row,
Mhm.
that's
So that's pretty high.
that's pretty high. So that's actually really good. And then we have the old artwork, Humiliate, and just Western themed artwork, more land.
Oh, it's
Oh, I like that. Yeah. They got the waterfall going over the mountains. Okay, that's pretty. And then you got a bat token. All right.
How did you get
How did we do what?
how did you get more? I thought I had
No, you said here, you can have it. Okay, so all right. So here we go. So
that one.
fake your own death. It's showing a little skeleton with like some green goo left floating around it. Take the fall. Take up the shield. Oh, that's a good one. I hadn't seen that one yet.
That one?
Yeah.
Tumbleweed.
Yeah, Dance of the Tumbleweed. So here's another thing, and I will talk about this. Oh, do two dance at tumbleweeds. Okay.
Let's see. Oh, I got this.
We did. Huh. So slick shot lockpicker.
Oh.
Oh, I wonder what's going on here. It's like, wait a second. Okay. Tiny bones. That's a
Okay.
money card.
Better put your gloves on.
No, I mean, I think it's like $20, $30. But this is a guy he's looked at. Yeah. Tiny bones. So we'll put this one to the side. Later on, we'll figure. Look at that. I got two mythics in a rare. Two mythics in a row. Two mythics in a rare. I think this is a money pack, actually. There we go.
Well, see, that's how I am.
That's how you are before coffee. You're just rampaging.
When I'm doing my reports.
And they ask you for help. Your
No.
coworkers want you to like do your own.
Yeah, it's your stuff.
Really? Okay. Are you sure?
I'm sure. It's your thing.
It's our thing. Okay. Steer clear.
There's a sword.
Maybe there's a sword. I think tiny bones is good. What you could do is you could take the tiny bones and you could trade it up to a sword.
I don't know how to trade.
I don't know how to trade either. I only know how to buy. I don't know how to sell. Silver deputy. That looks amazing. Vault plunderer.
I had that one.
Yeah. Oh, look at really. Razzle dazzler. Discerning peddler. Honest Rustine. Rustine. All right. Longhorn sharpshooter. Seen him around. Got a sandstorm. Spire Bluff Canal. It's a blue and a red. It's basically it's a dual land. And we got a detention sphere. So not sure the value, but we appreciate the artwork. And then Rattleback Apothecary. Creature Gorgon Warlock.
No.
It's an interesting world. Imagine like living there in real life. Like, oh my God, I'm just trying to get my work done. And then you got to worry about like all this stuff going on. And then finally you got the art card. So, yeah, so that's I think we made our money back and then some. We have to check the value. Maybe we'll splice that in, but,
And what are these? Why is it like?
So, why is it in like the wax paper?
Yeah.
It's always been like that. I'm not sure, but it's just lands. I think yours is lands. I think the idea is that you can make a deck. They give you land, so you can buy this and you can make a deck out of it. You can maybe even make a commander. So you do have one card there, Key to the Vault.
It's a foil.
It's a foil. Very pretty. I'm not sure how rare it is. You see, the value is very subjective. So what we'd have to do is we'd have to like go on the TCG player and see what the stock market is saying. I just know Tiny Bones is a pretty good one. So
Okay.
you can go ahead and
These are all.
so you're gonna get the full art.
Huh?
Yeah, the full art lands.
But yours, that's not this one.
I think those are foil. The foil full arts.
Huh?
Yeah, which is another reason why you buy the bundle, because you get the full art lands and they're very beautiful.
Okay.
Is it a skull? Yeah. The swamps actually, the land swamps are worth a lot of money actually.
Okay.
People just love the swamp lands. That's kind of cool.
Face on it.
Does it have a face? Oh, I see it. Wow. So it's like, what is it, the mountains blowing apart a little bit?
I have no idea.
I like this.
Oh, that looks like the logo of the.
Oh, it looks like there's a lot of. Oh,
Right?
it's the logo.
Yeah.
Look.
Or.
I'm sorry. No, it's the. I think it's the mountain logo.
Yeah.
It's the red fireball, and they recreated it in the mountain.
This is the skull on the skull.
That's amazing. Oh my God. I don't actually look at the cards this close. So, I don't appreciate the artwork. I'm just like, show me the money.
I like foil.
And then look, the artwork's different too. So you have you have these gigantic tumbleweeds.
Oh, so it's zoomed in.
It's zoomed in. Yeah, look at that. You got it. And then the island, you have the fountain.
Would a sword be in?
The sword would not be in there. So you have two distinct art styles too. So you have the full art, and then you have the regular bordered art, and you have two distinct different styles here as well. The artwork,
Okay.
yeah.
Two
People,
different artists?
the artists are right here. So this one was by Sergey Glushakov,
Sergey?
Sergey, and then this was Adam Paquette. They sound yeah, they sound European. Maybe they outsource a lot of their work. So that's it. So that's the experience. And then you get some reminder text on how to actually play the game, even though nobody actually knows how to play. So the rules are always changing.
It's like you make up the rules as you go.
You do make up the rules as you go sometimes. So then you take your cards and then you put them in your bundle like that. And then you throw your dice in there.
There's still a lot of empty space.
And there's a lot of empty space, but you'll fill it up. Don't worry. And then that's it. And then
that's
that is
100 cards?
15 times 9. So whatever that adds up to, plus the lands. So that's
It's
it.
Friday. I can't do
It's
math.
Friday. We're almost done. Yeah, almost an hour on the dot. So how do you feel? She's like, think of something.
I like
The mystery
mystery
box.
box.
Really? You like the mystery
Yeah.
box? So
It's just because there's a variety. It's unexpected.
Mm.
It's a surprise.
You think we should open a collector booster?
Do we have time?
Yeah, we got time.
Do you want to do it for another time?
Yeah, let's do it for another time. We'll open up the collector booster later.
Sure. It's right here.
Well, we opened up 9 of the play boosters, right? So we could at least open up the collector booster and we could see what's in it. How do I open it? So this is one pack, and it has its own box, right?
Do you keep the box?
And you can keep the box. I don't know if you could sell the box, repackage it.
Do you?
I don't keep the box. I'm not that OD about over compulsive OCD. You could if you want. What do you think? Should we open a collector booster? Let's open a collector booster.
Okay.
All right.
Do it because
Let's do it.
you know how to open.
Okay.
boxes.
I don't know how to open this one.
On the top?
No, actually, I think there's a
Oh, is
flap
there-
right here. So we're doing this just so other people don't have to open it, so we can see what we're getting. What are we getting in the collector booster versus?
Pretty artwork.
That's actually really pretty. That's amazing. So do you think it's the experience, the unboxing experience as well? I actually haven't opened one of these.
You
I-
have one?
No, I have the collector booster. I just never opened a collector booster in its own little box.
You're gonna keep it sealed?
Well, I have the 2 Kamigawa ones that you gave me, the collector boosters. I never opened them. And look, it's got the anti-theft tag on it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we
In
did.
the inside.
Yeah, we never had the anti-theft here, and then you get it's glued in. That's it. You get one. That's it.
One
You get one.
stinking pack.
You get one pack. How much was this?
Oh, how much was that?
I think it's like 25, right?
Oh.
So it's 25 for one pack.
Yeah, but I bought it at Target. I have a Target card, so it's 5% off.
Okay. But what I'm saying is this one pack was like 2/3 of the cost of one bundle. All right.
So you're hoping, or I'm hoping, there's something value in there.
So what's in here exactly? Like, why is it so much money? So here we go. So first of all, they're harder to open, like a lot harder to open.
I remember when you used to like open those carefully.
You know, there was I pulled an $1,800 card from one of these packs.
Are you exaggerating?
No, it's 1,800. It was the Wandering Emperor, Japanese foil, alternate art.
Oh, that's pretty.
So you get the treasure token.
Could there be a sword in there?
There could be a sword in here. There could be a lot of things, but we do have a duelist of the mind, so I'm not sure how much he's worth. Um, got a Path to Exile,
Borderless.
Borderless, Phyretic Charge, Hostile Investigator, Mythic. I don't know.
It is. It seems like you think it's worth something.
I actually don't know, but it's amazing. But you see how the artwork is different than the normal packs? Slick Shot Show Off, Tyrant Scorn,
They're all for it.
Fling. I think so.
Okay.
This one isn't. You get a Forest, Prosperity Tycoon. I don't think we saw Prosperity Tycoon in any of the other ones. I don't think we've. I don't
Yeah.
think we've seen any
I
of these
haven't seen that
cards.
one.
Yeah, we haven't seen any of these cards in the other one. Yeah, none of these. None of these cards were in any of the play boosters.
So they're of value.
Well, they're valuable if you're looking for them. Sour Springs. This one was in it. Mystical Tether. Consuming
Outlaws.
Ashes.
Oh, no sword.
No sword. So that's it.
Sorry.
So $30 for Hostile Investigator, Pyretic Charge, Path to Exile, Duelist of the Mind. I'm kind of curious about this
I
one.
feel like this one's of value.
Treasure token. It looks good, doesn't it? Well, some of the treasure tokens, they sell for like $5 a piece, $3 a piece. So there we go. So we opened it, so you don't have to. The people that are
And we
watching the
touched
podcast. And we touched it. Yeah. So that's it. So I think that's super good for now.
And you're saying don't open this.
Don't open that. Yeah. We'll give
Ever.
that away. No. I think it's good. We can open it. Maybe next time.
Okay.
So let's just absorb what we have. And so,
Until the next theme box comes out.
right. Until the next theme box come out.
Yeah.
So I think we're good.
Okay.
Okay. So you good?
We're good.
All right. So until next time, right? We'll continue this shenanigans.
It's fun.
Thanks,
Fun
Kumiko.
times.
All right. We're good.